show we're going to be talking about is like complete opposite. It's Robomasters, the animation. So,
yeah, I did not think no.
So, this show is anime based on the DJI hosted Robomasters competition, which is the world's biggest student robotics competition. I'm like, oh, okay. From looking at the trailer,
a lot to go on.
No, it's one of the things where it's like you got to know what DJI is, and you're like, okay,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Do you know?
No, but I've heard that term before because I think that's a brand of is it quadcopter? What are they called? Is it a quadcopter? I know it's a quadcopter, but I can't remember if it's called something else. But drones. There we go. Drones. It's a brand of drones. So I'm like,
that thing in the background of the picture, maybe. Is what
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have like a couple things about this. Like I saw it and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Another anime based on like students and robotics, because there was a show that I had watched a long time ago, maybe a couple years ago. It was called Robotics Notes, and it was about a can't remember the exact details, but I know there was a class and they were trying to build a mech basically. And it was all like thick and clunky, and like you can tell that students built it, but it's like it's a mech, like a real freaking mech. And it was a really interesting story. Then something happened, and there was like this background story of like, I don't know if it was like the government or just some agency or some like organization. They were like doing some underhanded things, and like I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know that one of the characters that I really liked got walked to death. And
got what to death?
Walked to death.
Walked to death?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. It's like super sad and super crazy. And as soon like in the thing that she was in is like an actual thing that's based in reality. So after I was like horribly saddened by what happened, I actually saw the thing in real life, and I'm like, no, get out of it. It's gonna walk you to death. But it's actually something that like helps like kind of paralyze people walk, and it looked exactly like it did in the anime. So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, no. But it was that show was based on a classroom trying to build a mech, and there was like all these different robotics things that are probably based on real actual technology in the world, and they just happened to put it in that anime, and it was really cool. This show is obviously based on the DJI company and the products that they build, and it's based on actual competition, so that's really cool. It's like mostly different from the show that I really liked, but it's like I like that show not knowing it was based on like a lot of real technology. So this show I know is based on that, and I'm like, maybe I like this one also. One small tiny like nitpicky thing that I'm kind of like not happy about is like in the trailer, because I haven't seen it in the trailer, I didn't see any like girl engineers. Like I think I saw one that was a girl, but she was a bad guy. So I'm like, all the other girls, like the two main girls that you see in the picture, they're like assistants. They're like bringing lunches to everybody, and like they're like the team manager, and I'm like, no, like come on. I'm like, I want to see some girls. Yeah. So it's what I don't know. That's just me looking at the trailer. So hopefully they actually put some girls in like the driver seats of these drones and robots. So I'm curious to see what it's like. If it ends up being like a kind of kids-based show where it's kind of advertising DJI in the competition, where it's like, hey, like the character goes into the battle and it's like, oh, this is my robot. And then like a character comes up in the corner of the screen. It's like, this is the DJI blah, blah, blah. It has this and it has this and it has that and one of these. And this robot is based on this type of technology, so it's better to fight in these types of fights. And then they go off and he's like, fight. I'm like, no, I don't need that kind of show. So it kind of borders like I want it to be realistic, like the other robotics note that I fell in love with, and I really don't want it to be like, I guess it's good for. Well, it's like I don't want it to be like a kids tutorial. Menu. Yeah, they're like, hey, come join our robotics thing, because that's not for me. So yeah, I don't know. It piqued my interest. Is really high, but then I'm super like weary. I'm like, there's a few things that can like completely tip the scales. Like I could watch 5 minutes of it and be like, nah, I'm good. So. I have too high hopes for it, but
I'm usually pretty picky when it comes to anything dealing with robots or robotics or mechs or anything like that. So usually really, really picky about that. Almost as picky as I am with my Slice of Life show. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably just going to skip this one. So it's going to be all you.
Yeah, and one thing that I thought was super funny is basically the trailer is just about the intro to the show. It's like it introduces all the characters. It shows them like go get him, and like the robot flies into like the competition all like in a way that it doesn't really do in real life, but it's like it's a way to show like the arena and everything, and like it's a cool thing to put into the intro. So I'm like, this is basically the intro without any like subtitles or credits or anything. So hopefully that's not the case, because then I definitely know that the two girls are not going to be main like competitors. But I will check it out. I have high hopes that are too high for this show, and hopefully they can at least hit half of them.
From the trailer, some people are probably going to die. So I would definitely say that this is not one of those animes that you need to grow attachments to. You get like some really high competitive like people who are really trying to give it their all, and sometimes they get